Don't let me stray. Please guide my way onto the path of my being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, I'm calling your name. Oh, Allah.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another edition of your program Let's Talk on your favorite channel, Huda TV. This afternoon, inshallah, or this evening rather, we will be discussing a very special topic, perhaps important for youth and adults alike. But before I tell you the topic, let me please remind you with our social media contact information. That is, of course, 3w's.facebook.com/HudaTV. And please support us on Facebook, like it and share it, and post your thoughts and suggestions and feedback and opinions about our channel and this program in particular, inshallah. Of course, we have YouTube. You guys don't forget our YouTube, 3w's.youtube.com/HudaTV, live streaming, uploaded programs. We want to thank the brothers that are involved with that process as well. Now we have a Twitter as well, so get up on that. Don't miss out on Twitter. And of course, the email is talk@HudaTV. So this episode, inshallah, we will be discussing marriage. Of course, this is a great topic, I believe, for the youth who are looking towards marriage. The youth who are perhaps not looking towards marriage, we're going to convince them why it's a good idea, inshallah. We're going to give some advice and share some experiences for those who are already married. And so you guys stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We hope this program is beneficial. Let me start by letting our respected guests introduce themselves. We have 4 guests with us today. So let me start by going to my right, brother. Please give me your full name, where you're from, and tell me if you're married or not.
Hey, my name is Abdurrahman Ata, and I'm a student at Al-Azhar University. I'm from Alexandria, and I'm not married.
Okay.
Hope so.
Okay, so maybe perhaps we could take some. I can have some of the sisters or their guardians send us some CVs, and we can find you a wife, inshallah. Just joking.
Inshallah.
Brother, go ahead. I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani. In the name of Allah, mighty Allah, most merciful and gracious. My name is Abdul Hakim Dawranzai, and I am from Afghanistan, and I'm not married. I'm still a single.
And you're from
So
what?
send some CVs to him.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you, boss. Let's move to my left, inshallah. Go ahead, brother.
I'm Nazif Abubakar from Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm studying here at Al-Azhar University.
And how old are you, brother? Are you married? Are you not married? What's going on?
Okay. This January I'll be 21. But unfortunately...
You're not married yet?
Yeah, just... I'm on the same boat with my 2 brothers over there.
Okay, inshallah. Let's go to this brother right here. Tell us your name, brother, where you're from. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Sulaiman Bari. I'm from Guinea-Conakry, and I'm student in Azhar University.
And how many, inshallah, how long have you been here? Or excuse me, how old are you? And are you married or not?
Oh, wow. I'm 21 years old, and I'm sorry, I'm not married.
Okay, now you said you guys are students here in Cairo.
Yeah.
Gilda.
Yeah,
Karatu.
Yeah, Hausa, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Karatu. How is study and how is the family?
You guys got to teach me more. Before we get to the topic, I wanted to clear. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Before we go on with the topic, I want to clarify something. I know you brothers down there from West Africa, mashallah, you guys really practice the sunnah. I see you guys marrying more than one wife.
Yeah, in Africa, most of people there's like 2, 3, just only it's normal, but just only to know how to give everybody his right, not only to marry 2 or 4, because even in some of them they're gonna marry one, but if you don't know how to give her right,
yeah, sure.
You cannot marry 2.
Yeah, so
you have to know everything.
Yeah, thank you, Barakallah. But now my next question, I want to go around here in the circle. Mashallah, there's 5 of us. We come from 5 different countries. Okay, America, Egypt, Afghanistan, Nigeria, and Guinea-Conakry. So we have to talk about, I would like to speak about the obstacles that the youth face in these countries that are obstacles to their getting married, and as a result, what happens? I mean, they get older, they're not married. How does this affect society? So start by saying, brother, in your country, Egypt, what are some obstacles facing the people here?
Actually, in Egypt, there's many obstacles. You're talking about money, you're talking about an apartment, you're talking about the job, you're talking about sometimes a car.
What do you mean? You're saying apartment, car. What does this mean? Because they might not know.
So when you propose for a girl or for a family just to marry their daughter, they ask you, do you have an apartment? No, I don't have an apartment, so you cannot marry her. What's your job? Do you have money? Will you be able to afford the expenses for that's it. And we here in Egypt, we don't apply the hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him, when he said, إِذَا جَاءَكُمْ مَنْ تَرْضَوْنَ دِينَهُ وَخُلُقَهُ فَزَوْجُوهُ إِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَفَسَادٌ كَبِيرٌ. That's it. Now, this is what is happening right now.
Can you translate it for us?
Yes. If you didn't let anyone, let your daughters marry the good boys that you satisfied with his religion and his deeds, it will be very corruption in the earth.
And this
is what is happening right now in Egypt, because it's very, very difficult to marry here in Egypt, because they are asking for many things. They're asking for many things: apartment, the job, the car. They have money. The apartment is good or not? It is in a good place or not? Sometimes they never ask about the religion. They never ask about the person himself, or is he good behaved or not? Is he well behaved or not? I'm sorry. So it is a very bad thing here in Egypt. So what happened with the corruption? So many boys, many guys, many youth, they just try to get another ways.
Right. They try to satisfy their desire another way.
Yes.
What ways?
What ways?
Yeah.
They sure bad ways. They don't go for marriage, and they go for another things, and it's very bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Another forbidden things, and
yeah. So they end up
doing corruption that the Prophet warned us.
Yeah.
Of it.
This is the corruption that we're warned about. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But we do have a report. But before we check out the report, just one quick question. Put yourself in their shoes. If you had a daughter, you would also want your son-in-law to have a nice house, a nice car, a nice job, wouldn't you?
Yes. Look, it's gonna be perfect, but if he doesn't have, I have sisters.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
First thing we asked about what the religion, what the behaviors. Is he gonna be well behaved to treat with her?
Yeah.
He's gonna live with her forever.
Yeah.
So it's important to have a car in the house, or to be a well-behaved person, to treat her in a very good way.
Thank you,
That's
brother.
it.
Yeah, well put. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick look at this report, you guys, dealing with this topic, marriage. So you guys stay tuned to Let's Talk.
With Allah, Allah, I'm calling your name.
See, our minds have become messed up, and they're now filled with pollution. TV screens and magazines, we're beginning to look for a solution. Plastic surgery, diets and pills, but still not seeing any form of improvement. We've stacked up all these dollar bills, but still not sure what to do with them. We began to chase women and fornication to the point our girls don't even know whose baby she's carrying. We're so afraid of commitment, but have no problem with damaging. She has your kids now, but you're still not even contemplating the possibility of marrying. See, this is what happens when we neglected Allah's best examples. You called her Mary, we call her Maryam. A woman who was perfect since birth, the best to walk the skies and the best to walk the surfaces of earth. The most exalted of all women, that's why she was dedicated an entire chapter in the Holy Quran, the final revelation in which there'll be none after. She was the best of all women, and to society she should be leading the way. I mean, that's why our women be dressing like her, because just like Mary, when Allah decrees something, we hear and we obey. See, Mary used to cover up. Despite everything they used to say, she would hide in hibernation, and to Allah she would pray. And when she was visited by angels in the form of men, she said, if you fear Allah, you would go away, because in the presence of men, she would not stay. But anyways, today we're taught to be against segregation before in support of all forms of liberation. To free yourself from the clothes that only lead to your degradation. Why do you gotta cover your face for? We gotta see your identification. But little do they know her identity's right there. A woman who fears Allah and commits to her religious obligations. See, I respect all women too, because that's what my religion teaches. To lower your gaze when you're walking, there's no need to check out every second woman's features. There's no need to even shake another woman's hand, because in reality, there's only one reason why a guy will be pleased to meet you. And you could go ahead and deny it, but don't blame me for stating the obvious. When the pornographic industry is worth billions, you still don't see where the problem is? Sex is embedded into society to the point we'll exploit it to merely sell a car. So you can act like this is all new to you, but you know for a fact how innocent we really are. I mean, just look at the simplistic way we're taught to dress. It's like if you dress less, then you're destined for success. You then force your women into heels and have the nerve to say that we oppress. You got it to dress up tightly, like it's an opportunity. But every time we lose our minds, it's like, see what these ladies do to me? But I'm not blaming it on the women, because we too have responsibility. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best of men is he who is best in his character, and the best of them is he who is best to his lady after he married her. He was the best to his wives. I mean, just take a look at Aisha. He compete with her in races and smile just to make her happier. So when you do marry, do so with the intention of paradise is where you plan to carry her. But before you plan to carry her to the altar, maybe you should alter your decision. Because if the only reason you're marrying her is for the outside, then realize you're going to be locked inside of a prison. For that reason, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, marry for 4: beauty, family, status, but most importantly, her religion. Because a woman without religion is a woman who could do with a bit of extra wisdom. We're meant to grow old together, mercifully, so we can be protected under Allah's supervision. But relationships are a mess, and there's no guarantees you're gonna be a survivor. So be kind to her, and know that Allah will be kinder. Be a man who stands in front, but also a man who can stand beside her. And if you're still looking for that good girl, don't go chasing after behind her. Rather search to find Allah first, for once you find Him,
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. I hope you enjoyed that report. Let's go back to my right. Brother, I hope you enjoyed that report. Before the report, where the brother was talking about marriage and its importance, we were talking about cultural obstacles in the countries that we come from, and what is the barrier between being married and not being married. And just by the way, that's a quick note, those of us outside the Western countries, alhamdulillah, I think all of you guys would like to get married and are looking to get married and are asking Allah to facilitate this for you, right? Yeah. Whereas we find in many Western countries, it's the opposite. Maybe they have the ability, the financial ability to get married, but they don't have the desire, because may Allah prevent us from this and may Allah guide them, but many of them perhaps are fulfilling their desires in an impermissible way because it's a cultural norm, right? So alhamdulillah, at least alhamdulillah, we have the desire here. All you young people, you want to get married. So talk about the obstacles in Afghanistan, your country.
That's a good question. And marriage is a noble thing in Islam, as Allah mentioned in Quran, mithaqan ghalidha. It means that the contract of marriage is affirmative contract, and it is very important and it is very secret. But what is the meaning of marriage? Marriage means two opposite gender togethering, combining togethering. It is called az-zawaj.
Yes.
Yeah? But unfortunately, in Afghanistan, getting married is too difficult.
Why?
This is the problem, that you think that when you get married, you must be paid $20,000.
Oh man, that's too much.
It is too much. It is too much. The poor people cannot getting easily married.
Subhanallah.
This is the problem. And what is the problem? What is the main problem? The major problem that that you think that the girl in Afghanistan made by gold. Just like this. But the mahr. Yeah.
That's fun. Maybe they wait her to get the... So, okay, go ahead. The mahr. What about the mahr?
SubhanAllah, yeah. And all of our younger brothers they are travel to United States, to UK, and France, in Germany, for what? For earning the money.
Oh, subhanallah.
And for getting a good job, and all of them. And some of them, they come to Egypt, like me.
Subhanallah.
And they come to get the knowledge. After that, when finish the knowledge, we'll get a good job. After the job, 1 year, 2 year job.
Inshallah.
After this, earn the money, after we will get the job, get the married. It's
Here
like
in
this.
Egypt?
No, in Afghanistan. And when I finish, inshallah, my
Studies.
education,
Mm-hmm.
after that, I will go to Afghanistan.
And you're gonna pay to $20,000.
Yeah.
But brother, I want to ask you for the normal people in Afghanistan. This is the situation for the normal all the young men. They have this problem. Not just for a wealthy girl, for a normal range family. This is a problem.
Yeah. No, for the normal, it means that the poor people is getting the poor girl. It's like this.
Right,
and the rich is getting the rich girl.
Right.
It's like this. And in Afghanistan, when you get the married and you pay in the hotel and you have a good ceremony and all of the people, they will say, wow, Mr. Sulaiman, like that kind of, that he pay a good money to the hotel and his ceremony was outstanding. Look at like this. They are just following this kind of talking. And they are going to in this kind of. But nowadays, this is the major problem in Afghanistan, that nowadays the young boys, they are doing wrong things. That it means haram.
Right, because they can't afford the marriage.
Because of this.
Same here in Egypt.
Because of this.
Yeah.
As like my brothers mentioned that Egypt is like the same in Afghanistan. Afghanistan and Egypt is like
the same in this regard.
Same, yes.
I didn't know that.
You must be you buy a shaqqa.
Yeah, apartment.
For the girl.
But we're going to take a short break. I want to continue this comparison, inshallah. And you guys, we're going to get to you guys in just a sec, talk about marriage in your countries as well. You guys at home, stay tuned for more Let's Talk. We will be right back after this short break.
How perfect my Allah is, and I praise Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah. How perfect you are.
Welcome back to Let's Talk, you guys. We're back. I hope you guys take care of that social media information that we put on your screen. Please follow us on all those social media mediums, inshallah. And please, you guys, don't forget to continue to make dua for Huda TV and all the people that work here in the van, in the studio, of the guests, the people upstairs, the management, and the owners, because this is truly a channel. We're doing our best to be the premier and the pioneer English language Islamic channel, so we really need your supplications, inshallah ta'ala. Let's go back. Okay, Afghanistan, Egypt comparison. You're saying Afghanistan, it's very, very, very difficult for a young man to get married. He has to pay a large amount, maybe $20,000. He has to purchase what you call the shaqqa, which is an apartment.
Yeah.
So what else? Go ahead, brother.
It's like that. The Egyptian and Afghani people, when they're getting married, is the same. You must buy apartment for Egyptian girl, and you have a good job, and you have a rich man. Like
Yes.
in this case, the girl, every girl wants to marry with you. In Afghanistan, is like this: that if you want to get married, after first of all, you will choose the girl. You tell to the mother that I love this girl, and I would like to get married with her. And after your family is going to her family, and they are talking about the boys. What is the boy's job, and he's educated or not, and he's rich or not,
Yeah.
he has a money or not,
Yeah.
and like this. And after that, at the end of, when they are agree that how much the mahr in Islam,
The dowry,
yeah,
as we say in America.
yeah, and about $10,000 or $5,000 is like approximately $8,000 is like that kind
Yeah.
of.
Okay.
About it is related to the family.
Right. Depends on the family.
Yeah, depends on the family, and when after the finishing the marriage that she married to her. At the end of, they had a good party in ceremony. We call it wada. And if the boy is poor, he getting a money borrow from
Right.
other friend.
Right.
And after a week, after a month is going, and the man he came to his to him and give him my money.
Oh, right.
After that, the problem is creating.
Subhanallah.
The
Yeah.
man, the boy, he doesn't have any money, and he finished.
Right.
He is full broke,
Yeah.
and after that, the main problem that occurred after the wedding is this: that the boy is paying a lot of money.
Right. And then
In
it creates a
every case,
fitna because he can't
yeah.
afford to pay it back. But he had to have a big wedding party because of the cultural standards, then he can't pay the guy back.
Exactly.
Let me ask you one more question before we go to the brothers over here. What about like tribal, cultural, ethnic things like in Afghanistan? Is it a tribal thing too? Look, we only marry from Pashto people. We don't marry from Farsi people. Or does that happen? Or Tajik people?
That's a good question. And no, that's not a problem.
It's not an issue. Okay.
Yeah. Look at my family. My father is Pashtun. My mother is Persian.
Okay.
Farsi.
Okay.
Yeah.
No
and
problem.
This is no problem.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Okay, so it's not like that. Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I certainly appreciate it. Let's go over here, brother. Tell me again about marriage in Nigeria. What are the obstacles facing the Nigerian youth who are looking to get married, have a desire to get married? What's stopping them?
Okay, definitely Islam is a religion that actively encourages marriage. So there is no celibacy in Islam. As we see, the Prophet ﷺ said, marriage is my sunnah. So whoever keeps away from my sunnah is not from me. And also, we can see, as our brother mentioned in the hadith, Prophet ﷺ said, إِذَا جَاءَكُمْ مَنْ تَرْضَوْنَ دِينَهُ وَخُلُقَهُ فَزَوِّجُوهُ فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَفَسَادٌ كَبِيرٌ. If a man, or if a good character man comes to you seeking marriage, so let you marry him. You should marry him. If you don't, a great corruption will exist in the earth. And also we can see Prophet ﷺ used to admonish shabab, youth, and say, يا معشر الشباب من استطاع منكم الباءة فليتزوج فإنه أغض للبصر وأحسن للفرج. O you group of men, whoever has a means from you, he should marry. Yeah, because marriage will help him lower his gaze and will help him to resist his modesty. So, and also various ayahs in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. And among his signs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, among his signs that he created mates from among yourselves, so that you may find pleasure and intimacy with them. These are the signs for people who reflect. So we can see definitely, unlike other religions, Islam actively encourages marriage. But the problem now, subhanallah, because people deviate from the path of the Prophet ﷺ, that make the dilemma. So we are seeking way out. Not only, the problem is not exclusive to Egypt and Pakistan alone. We in Nigeria are experiencing this kind of problem. Many young people, they are good character, but when they go seeking marriage, first of thing, they will ask you, how much do you have? Yeah, this is the first condition.
Yeah.
And also, even though...
In Nigeria too.
Yeah, in Nigeria.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Okay.
This problem is a global problem.
Yeah, really.
Okay. And also, the main thing that prevents Shabab from getting married is something which is called lefe. Lefe, you know, before you get married, you have to follow a long procedure. You have to buy a lot of stuff, which is uncalled for totally.
Like what?
Yeah, lefe is something, you know, you have to go to her relatives and see every one of them, like kind of bribe, you know, to give him, you know.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah.
But I want.
So that,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, that he can support you. Before going to a family, you have to go to the close relatives of that. And also, lefe, it is something which you will buy for before even the marriage is conducted. You have to do something which is called lefe. That's why Shabab or young people are saying now, we will not get married until this lefe is abolished.
Okay.
When it is cancelled.
But I want to ask you, brother, because
Yeah.
I know Nigeria, you have a lot of different tribes, okay?
Definitely.
So are you speaking about the country itself in general, or are you talking about Fulani culture?
Okay, this problem doesn't exist only in Fulani, but definitely, as you say, tribalism also prevents Shabab from, a man from another particular tribe sometime, he will not agree to marry his daughter to a man outside his tribe. This
Okay.
also is a great problem.
So give me an example, like the Hausa and Fulani tribes, they marry each other.
Yeah, Hausa and Fulani, they marry each other, they are understanding between them. But for example, like Yoruba, this is a great problem. It is hardly to see a Hausa man or vice versa, a Yoruba man agrees to give his daughter to a Hausa man.
Oh, really?
Definitely.
It will not happen.
But it happens.
But
it's a
rare.
rare occasion, yeah.
Okay.
Only a rare occasion.
But now you said something that's really alarming. You said the youth now in Nigeria, they said we're not going to marry until we finish this.
Yeah,
cancel this lefe.
lefe.
Oh, okay.
It is a bad word, you know. They had to hear this word.
But inshallah, so basically, what about the apartments and the? So if you go to propose to the girl, you also should have an apartment and a car and a lot of money.
No, this is not a condition. But it depends. Some family really, they ask this kind of. But mainly people, when you can support the family, you could be able to feed her, and you have, you know, all the means, both physically and potentially. So they will give you.
Before we go to Suleiman, no, go ahead.
Yeah, but if someone, for example, the problem that they are facing, if someone comes in while you're about to marry this daughter, definitely he will defeat you.
Why?
All right, there is, on one occasion, only 1 week prior to marriage, that a man came and say, because he is richer than the other guy who proposed first.
Yeah, that's too bad. Okay, stay with me. I want to ask you one more question before we go to this report. I want to ask you, and I want the answer after the report.
Yeah.
Then how is it that all these guys down there have more than one wife? And then we're going to go to Suleiman, but before we do that, we're going to go down, we're going to check out this report, you guys. Stay tuned for more Let's Talk.
Allah, I'm calling your name.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sisters, how do you choose the right husband in Islam? You always hear about the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam telling the men, look for these things when choosing the righteous spouse or the righteous wife. Is there anything in the Quran and the Sunnah that tells the woman how she should choose the right husband? What should she look for? Absolutely, and I'm going to give you a couple of those guidelines, inshaAllah. Sisters, number one, when choosing a husband, when looking for that Mr. Right, you want to make sure that you're looking for a husband that is righteous and kind to his own family, to his mother and his father, to his parents, to his sisters, to all of his siblings. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ first said that the best of you are those who are the best to their family. Some of the scholars, they mention here that this is more specific to the man simply because he's the one in charge of a family. He's the one that's responsible of taking care of that family, so it is extremely important for him to be the most kind and to be the most honorable and most responsible to his own family. So you want to make sure, how is that husband treating his family, his mother and his father? How does he speak to them? What kind of relationship does he have with them? Does he treat his siblings as though they are actual brothers and sisters to him, or does he treat them like strangers? Does he help out around the house? Is he a person that is responsible of taking care of himself, or does his parents have to take care of him? All of these little things you're looking for, because it will tell you that if he is responsible with his own family, he's going to make sure that he's responsible with you, and he's going to make sure that he's going to fulfill all of those rights when both of you are living together. So that's the first thing, is his relationship with his mother and father. Number two, you also want to look for a man that is responsible at all levels. He's responsible financially. Financially, he can provide all of the needs, the fundamental needs that you need to live a healthy life. So he can give you a place to stay, a roof over your head. He can pay the groceries. He can buy you the things that you need. He can take care of the children. All of those little things he needs to be able to do. He needs to have a solid income, so that he can take care of himself and the family. This is why the Prophet ﷺ told us one time that the person, if he is able, meaning if he's physically able, he's emotionally able, he's intellectually able to take care of a family, then he should do so. He should get married. So sisters, you want to make sure that that future husband has a solid financial responsibility behind his slate, and he is able to deal with all of the emotions of a woman, all of the different challenges that come into that marriage. You want to make sure that he's mature enough to handle those things. Number three, sisters, you want to look for a husband that has what we call in Arabic ghira, which is actually a type of jealousy. In other words, when he sees you, he wants you for him alone. He doesn't want to share you with others. And what do I mean by this? When you walk outside and you yourself, sisters, you feel uncomfortable that others are looking at you, that other men might come and approach you and talk to you and laugh with you and open up a conversation, you want the husband that will be there to protect you at all levels, to make sure that you're safe, to make sure that whatever circumstance that you're in, you are comfortable being there. So you want that husband that is going to look out for the well-being of every single aspect of your life. If you don't feel right in a certain place, if you go over to a friend's house and things just don't feel right, you want the husband to be there to listen to you, to talk to you, to sit down with you, all of those little things. You want the husband that can put aside all of his responsibility and sit back and have a good conversation and moment with his wife. Do those three things, sisters, insha'Allah, you will have a good husband. And remember, the Prophet ﷺ once told us in an authentic hadith in At-Tirmidhi, when a good man comes to you and he's got all of these responsibilities, he's got all of these criteria with him, but you refuse him for trivial reasons, you refuse him for reasons that really have nothing to do with the marriage, then perhaps you may be a source of corruption for the entire earth. In other words, that ideology, you will pass it on to others, and it would only cause problems later on wherever you are. We ask Allah to protect us from this. I thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. I hope you really benefited from that report, which really included a lot of beneficial information regarding marriage and not imposing obstacles for people to get married, inshallah. Brother Nazif, I want to go back to you real quick. I mean, you talked about marriage in Nigeria, and basically, like the brother Sheikh Abdul Rahman said also, okay, for Egypt and Afghanistan, there was lots of obstacles to it, financial obstacles. So for this is the third country now, we're going around the world, Egypt, Afghanistan, Nigeria. But so how is it then, so many guys down there in Nigeria, they have more than one wife?
Yeah, this is absolutely true.
How do they pull it off then? If what you're telling me is a difficult, how are they doing it?
Okay, I'll tell you how. For example, this depends. Sometimes educated people or wealthy people, people affluent.
Oh,
so
okay.
People,
businessmen.
Yeah, businessmen. So especially educated people or scholars. So people, will be calling him. Yeah, come and I'm marrying my daughter.
Oh,
yeah, they will be offering
I see.
Whenever he proposed. So it is hardly to see a scholar who has only one wife, because people will not let him just alone. Yeah.
Or businessmen.
Yeah, they will be knocking at his door. Please marry my daughter, because it is something, you know, sharaf. It is honor to them.
Right.
Yeah, to say that this is the husband of my daughter.
Here's a question for you, brother.
Okay.
I'll try to interrupt you, but do women down over there in Nigeria and their families accept to be the second, third, or fourth wife?
Okay, it is just normal, you know, usual.
Oh, okay.
But
well, because I'm telling you, brother, I almost traveled down there. You know, when I heard about this stuff, you know, I was gonna get down there and see if I could, you know, I'm just joking, but really, that's really interesting.
Okay, but definitely, realistically speaking, this tendency now is going down, because marriage now has become what it has become.
Because it's lafay.
Yeah. So most of the people who have 4 wives are normally, you know, in their 40s, in their 50s.
Oh,
but now young people only are limited to only 1 wife.
So we have to. It's up to you too, to revive the sunnah in West Africa, inshallah. As it's going down, we have to bring it back. Okay?
Yeah, but though many women hate this sunnah.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break, you guys. Okay. We're going to come back around the circle, inshallah. You guys stay tuned for more Let's Talk. We will be right back after this short break.
Perfect my eyes and I praise. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah, how perfect you are.
TV commercials motivate viewers into immediate action and to sway consumer loyalty from one brand or service to the other. That's why we're here for you, to help you sell your products and services by using creative ideas that bring life into your own TV commercial. Advertise your business and branded products and services on Huda TV. We will offer you fast-paced and energetic 30-second affordable TV spots. Advertise on Huda TV. Acquire fresh customers and stay within your budget. For more info or to receive a quote, please send your inquiries to advert@Huda TV. Huda TV.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. I hope you're enjoying our discussion about marriage, its importance. In the first 2 segments, we have discussed the obstacles facing youth in various countries, including Egypt, Afghanistan, Nigeria, and soon, inshallah, in this segment, we will be speaking about obstacles facing the youth in Guinea-Conakry as well. And then we will move the discussion towards interesting pieces of information from each country about the process of meeting your potential bride and how that works in various countries around the world. So stay tuned, you guys, to this episode. So we clarified, okay, the second wife, and third, fourth wife in Nigeria was something that was practiced in the past, but now it's getting more and more difficult because it's more and more expensive. So okay. So let's go to Guinea-Conakry, your country, Brother Suleiman. Okay. So Brother Suleiman, first of all, explain to me, and for those of us who don't know, if we have Fulani people like yourself in Guinea-Conakry, or like my friend Cameroon in Nigeria, even though it's a different country, are the customs any different, or are the customs based on your tribal ethnic background? So even though you're from Guinea-Conakry, is it exactly the same as Nigeria in this regard?
Yeah, some ways or some parts, you know, it's the same. Like as you said, like if you come, like sometime, like if the man come, they're gonna look if he's like educated or if he's rich. Even sometimes if you just like come, they show you look rich, and then they're gonna say, oh wow, maybe this guy, mashallah, is gonna after if even like if the wife, his family, if like they are poor, they're going to think maybe after this guy is going to take care of us.
Yeah, no, I understand. But brother, let me ask you this point. In Guinea-Conakry, the young people are mostly married, or no, they're not married because there's too many obstacles, it's too difficult, they don't have the money, they can't buy the apartment. Talk about that.
Yeah, some of them, like there's some of them, like if like their father are rich, you know, if like their father to know about Sunnah, like even like if just like they're going to help you, you know, they're going to finance you and they're going to tell you like you have to marry quicker because like we scare what is like coming like in the future before like you feel down or get something wrong.
Yeah. There's a fear if you go unmarried too long, the negative consequences. In your country then, is there inter-tribal marriages? Like if your house you can marry from another tribe?
Yeah, some, but it's few. Like in my like Fulani people, it's like hard. It's not like easy to see like someone like or some another trip, marry or fulani.
Right. What about, say for example, just example, if an American guy goes over there, he wants to get married.
Yeah, he can get, but we.
I'm not talking about someone else.
Yeah. Okay. He can. I'm not gonna say like he's not gonna get like what he wants, but maybe some, like it depends, like the family.
Oh, it depends family to family.
Yeah,
okay.
because there's like some family like if they have like, because right now like in the world, if like even if someone like he become like American, they can say wow. Wow, this guy is from America, you can say wow. Yeah, you see?
I know Fulani very well because one of my family is Fulani, but they're very racist. Even if you're a Hausa Fulani, you go seek him marriage. They say no, you're not pure Fulani.
Oh, so imagine if you bring a American.
Fulani, yeah.
That's true. Okay, good point. All right, what about the wedding ceremony itself? Okay, so now say you found. Let me say this. Say you found the girl. So now you have to pay a big mahr there. You had to throw a big wedding party. What are the expenses?
Before it was like easier, before it was easy. So now, before to even like there's some people if like their boys or their guy like memorize the Quran or get some about Islam, like they're gonna like if they go to marry like to talk to like another families, we want to marry like your daughter for my son.
Right.
They're gonna if they know like their son are mashallah hafiz and maybe they're gonna give him,
Oh, okay, great. If he has some ilm.
Yeah, some ilm like this, they're gonna say mashallah. But now, definitely like most of like the families, they need like someone like who has like something,
Yeah, business.
Just like business, right now, like everybody become like materialist,
Yeah.
most of. You're not going to say everybody.
But I mean, at the same time, it's understandable why people need to see some financial success, some dunya things. But at the same time, it's gone overboard. SubhanAllah. So, brother, I want to start with Egypt. Okay, your native country and where we are based here now. If you find a girl, or you say, hey, Dad, I'm ready to get married. I want to find a girl. I'm ready. How do you go about meeting her? Do you get to talk to her, see her? How does it work in your country, in your culture?
Actually, it is. It depends on the family. Some families would accept if you're gonna meet her when you propose. Okay, just to let her know you, or to let her know how do you behave.
Right.
Is it gonna be suitable for her or not? Some other families just meet you, and just to see if you will behave or not, have an apartment or not, have the job or not, and this is enough. And some families, before just proposing for her, they just know her, he knows her, and he meets her before just proposing for her. So he just proposing because he knows her and he loves her, and he just like to
okay,
marry.
So it varies. But how can this, like, I've heard of these called what they call salon marriages. So if the man sees a woman he thinks she's attractive, he goes to propose to her, and he sits with her father and mother and her for 5 minutes drinking tea in the salon or living room. And he does this once or twice, and they accept his proposal. How can this marriage work if he never really got to know the girl? If they don't know if they're compatible, personality-wise? I mean, this is a problem, I think.
Yes, I think so. I think that is a problem. So that Prophet or Islam has the engagement period, or the engagement time, just to let you know your wife or your future wife, or your fiancé, for the girl and the boy. That's it.
Yeah, great point. Before we get to you, brother, I want to take a short break, you guys. Excuse me, we're going to take a look at this report, the final report in this episode. You guys check it out. Stay tuned. We have more interesting things to talk about here on Let's Talk.
Allah, I'm calling your name.
When was the last time you sent your wife an SMS? Why should I? It's 25 kirsh. It's a lot. She doesn't deserve this. No, ya akhi, while in your office. What's wrong with sending her an SMS saying, I love you, I miss you? Sheikh, this is inappropriate. Me saying to my wife, I love you? Are you stupid? The Prophet used to say this, alayhi salatu salam. The Prophet, alayhi salatu salam, whenever Aisha used to drink from a glass of milk, he would take it and he looks where she put her lips and drinks from it. Nowadays, the husband says, honey, bring me a spoon so that I can eat with. She says, take my spoon. He said, you crazy? Wash it 7 times with water and once with soil and bring it over. What kind of a husband is this? Ya akhi, she is your wife. The Prophet ﷺ used to see the meat where she took a bite from, and he would put his mouth on it. This is the love we want. So send her an SMS. When you're coming from work, Ya akhi, buy her a rose. 7 riyals rose. Buy her a dress. When you see her coming out, this is for the sister, for the husband. Huh? When you see your husband coming out of the shower, and most men do this, huh? They stand in front of the mirror, do this, flexing their muscles. And you say to them, and he says to her, honey, how do I look? She says, she breaks in laughter for half an hour. And she laughs, what's wrong? And she laughs for half an hour. He will divorce her. On the contrary, when he says like this, she says, MashaAllah, I don't know whether your biceps are bigger or Arnold Schwarzenegger's. Wow, you look beautiful, my love, my hubbi. You should say this. This is what increases. It's the same thing happens with us, huh? When the missus all dresses up and she's going to a wedding or to a party, and she said, how do I look? We say, is this your daughter's dress? She says, no, why? She's too tight. I can see all the fat coming out of it. No, it's not good on you. Ya akhi, this is wrong. Lie. Lie to make the love ignited. So when you see this, wallahi, I don't know who's making who beautiful. Wallahi, you are making this dress so beautiful. It's not the other way around. You're the charming one who's making the dress beautiful. How she would blush and say, oh, you're lying. And you say, yeah. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should try your level best to have this love increased. So it takes a lot of diplomacy, but it is not something difficult. It is an art. And you have to know your shortcomings. You know how to do this. And inshallah, Allah will make things.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, I'm calling your name.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed Sheikh Asim really giving us some pointers and tips regarding marriage and how to keep it happy and lively between the man and wife. But brothers, we're talking about before marriage. In the last 2 or 3 minutes we have here in the program, brother, can you speak a little bit about how do you meet the bride? We talked about after you meet the bride in your country, Afghanistan, the procedures. How do you meet her in the first place? Do you get to talk to her? Do you get to see her? Is it arranged from your father? How does it work?
Hazrat Muhammad ordered men seeking marriage to get a look at the woman before marrying her. But unfortunately, in Afghanistan, this is opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you want to get married, you never seen your wife before getting the marriage.
Oh, subhanAllah.
Just your mother is like a judge. Your mother, your father, your brother is like
your brother.
Judge, yeah. First of all, your mother going to her home and see the girl, and when they come back to home, and your mother is telling you that the girl is like this, like this, like this, like this, all of this.
Describing her.
Yeah, describe to you. Yeah, and after that you like it. Okay, mother, I'm agree, marry. It's like this in Afghanistan.
Okay, so then you'll marry her and then that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Subhanallah. Okay, we only have about a minute left. What about you guys? Okay. Nigerian Guinea Conakry. Fulani, go ahead.
Okay, definitely. Before marrying your future wife, you have to have a look at her.
Okay.
But I don't mean lustful look.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Honestly, look at her.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah.
Definitely. Because this, but some people misunderstand this. When they are looking for marriage, so they get along with that girl, and from there many atrocities are committed.
Yeah.
So when you are together with a woman, definitely there is a third person, that is shaitan. So when you go to her, look at her honestly, not a lustful look.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Definitely, because this will decide many things.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're out of time, you guys, brother Suleiman. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We had to cut the episode. short. Next time, inshallah, I hope to have you guys back for a different topic. Inshallah, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you very much.
At home, continue to support Huda TV, the premier and the pioneer Islamic channel in the English language. Support us on the social media, on our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff. Don't forget to email me personally at talk@huda.tv. Until next time, I leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How perfect my Allah is, and I praise Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah al-azim. How perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, Allah, I'm calling your name, Allah, I call you, I need you, Allahu Akbar, Allah, your mercy is great.